When did you live under the roof of a sociopath? Every day at exactly 2:43 p.m., my landlord, Mr. Petrosky, let himself into my apartment while I was at work. He'd unlock the door, walk straight to my living room, and sit on my couch for 30 minutes, just sitting there, staring at one spot on the wall. I'd installed the camera after things seemed off lately. Clothes not where I left them. My perfume bottles rearranged. Nothing missing, but everything slightly wrong. Now I knew why. I called in sick the next day and hid in my bedroom closet. At 2:43 p.m., I heard my front door open. Through the crack, I watched Mr. Petrosky enter carrying a small bag. He sat on my couch and pulled out something that made my skin crawl. A wig, long and brown, exactly like my hair. He placed it carefully on his head, adjusting it in my wall mirror. Then came my lipstick shade from the bag, my signature scarf. He was transforming himself into me, right there in my living room. When he spoke, he pitched his voice higher. Hi, I'm Gracie. I work in marketing. I love yoga and true crime podcasts. He was practicing being me, memorizing my mannerisms from whatever surveillance he'd been doing. I watched in horror as he stood and walked around, imitating my gait. He'd studied me that closely. After 30 minutes, he packed everything away and left. I immediately started packing to leave, but needed evidence first. I couldn't break my lease without proof. Over the next week, I documented everything. The security footage showed him escalating, bringing more items, my jewelry he'd somehow copied, clothes identical to mine in his size. One day he brought papers and practiced my signature over and over. Another day he had recordings of my voice, playing them back and mimicking my speech patterns. He was becoming me piece by piece. I finally had enough evidence and planned to leave that weekend. But Thursday I had to work late. When I checked my camera app, I couldn't believe it. He was there at 8 p.m. off schedule, and he wasn't alone. A woman who looked disturbingly like me was with him. Same height, build, similar features. He was styling her hair to match mine exactly, teaching her to walk like me. They practiced conversations where she pretended to be me talking to my mother, my friends. I called 911 from my office, but by the time police arrived, they were gone. The officers found no trace of them. They took my report but seemed skeptical about the urgency. Suggested I stay with friends and file a restraining order in the morning. I couldn't go back there. I went to a hotel and started calling apartments, desperate to move immediately. That's when I got a text from an unknown number. You're so ungrateful. I gave you such reasonable rent. All I asked in return was to borrow your life a little. Then another. Addison didn't appreciate what she had either. Addison. I searched the name with my address. Found an article from 3 years ago. Addison Durham, previous tenant, had disappeared. She'd complained to police about her landlord's behavior 2 weeks before vanishing. They never found her. My hands shook as more texts arrived. Photos of me at work today, at the coffee shop, getting into my car. He'd been following me everywhere, not just watching in my apartment. I called the police again. This time they took it seriously. 2 officers escorted me back to get my essential belongings. But when we arrived, my apartment door was already open. Inside, sitting on my couch,